Yesterday it was held a huge modern showcase and it's time to talk about some modern metagame. Hey everyone, this is B47 and welcome back to another video. This time I'm gonna talk about the results of the modern showcase that was held yesterday, Saturday 7th. I'm also want to talk about the current modern metagame, what is winning right now, what are the decks to beat, everything related to modern. You know that modern is my favorite format in Magic the Gathering, and nevertheless I don't play Magic online, not because I don't like it. Of course I do love paper Magic. Paper Magic is my passion. If you guys follow my Instagram account, you will know that I love to collect a lot of cards and I love to play paper. I would like to be in the Magic the Gathering online, of course. However, I need to find some time and money to start playing the online. However, I pay close attention to any events that are being held in the Magic the Gathering online. So every big Magic the Gathering online modern tournament, I pay close attention, I follow each round by round to let you guys know what's the current metagame looking like. So today I'm gonna talk about the top 5 decks to beat in the November modern metagame. So beginning with number 5. Number 5, I would say that the deck is Azorius Control Splashing Red. Azorius Control, either just running Stoneblade or a Stoneblade less deck. This deck is really good. It's one of the best control decks in Modern. Azorius has been always there. Now it's splashing Shark Typhoon, splashing Stone for Mystic, and splashing Batterskull and Swords. This deck is doing great, has been doing great in the recent 3 months for today. And also, splashing red, you can play Cleansing Wildfire. This card is really hot, from Scenic Rising, of course, one of the best sets at the moment. I think this set is broken. Cleansing Wildfire is bringing a lot of success to these control builds. Because you can play the Flagstones of Tarkir and you can replace that land and then you can ramp yourself. So Azorius Control is doing really good right now. I would say is the pure control deck to beat. Now moving to number 4. Number 4, surprisingly, I would say Dead and Taxes. Dead and Taxes has been doing great, also great recently because of this new edition of Skyclay's operation. This guy can function either as a threat, but also is a removal, and it's a removal of almost everything in Modern. Also, you can use this Skyclay operation. You can vial it. You can play it with vial, either in the battlefield, and you can exile opponents either vial, and you can exile anything that is annoying, or almost anything that is annoying. And on top of that, when it leaves the battlefield, your opponent doesn't recover his permanent. He just recovers blue, illusion thing, illusion token. Still a threat, but doesn't matter. You got rid of the best, probably the best card your opponent had during such turn. So Skyclay operation is really nice. It has been pushing Dead and Taxes to the top. So now Dead and Taxes is very consistent deck. So it's number 4. Number 3. This is the deck that won the whole thing in the yesterday's Modern Showcase. I would say this deck is good. It's a very well positioned deck. It's a very consistent deck. However, I think the element of surprise here plays the key driver for this deck winning the tournament. This is Oops All Spells. This is the deck that plays no lands, that plays all the spells that can be used as a land from Syndicate Rising, or almost all of them. This deck is a combo deck. It's similar to the Child Virtual deck that I displayed and I talked about in one of the past videos. This deck works kind of similar. You play no lands, you play only spells that can be used as a land as well. You play Vengevines, and you play Sword of the Meek, you play Necromiba, and you play this guy that when it enters the battlefield, you reveal cards from your deck and you put it in the graveyard until you hit a land. You play no lands. So you will hit Vengevines, you will hit Sword of the Meek, you will hit Necromibas. They will trigger itself. Necromiba will enter the battlefield, that will trigger Sword of the Meek. So Sword of the Meek will attach to Necromibas, and then you can play from your hand this guy by sacrificing artifacts. You play this card, it's your second spell, so you can trigger Vengevines from your graveyard, Gripping Shields, so you will deal 3 per each Gripping Shield, 12 damage to your opponent, and you play Vengevines for Vengevines, and you will with haste and you attack for game. That's how this deck works. This deck, there's a lot of answers to this deck. You can play Soulguide Lantern, Relic of Progenitus, Nihil Spellbomb. There's a lot of answers to this deck. However, the element of surprise is what plays the key driver for pushing this deck to the top. I can anticipate that after this tournament, most of the people will start playing Graveyard Hate and answers to this deck, because this was very surprising deck that won the whole thing yesterday. However, I think it's one of the deck that is worthy to raise an eyebrow to. So this is number 3, and for number 2 is Uropiles. Uropiles is one of the best decks since 2 months from here, 2 months from the past to here. Uro is one of the best cards in Modern and also Omnath. So combined to Uropiles, this deck also plays Cleansing Wildfire. This deck plays very good removals, Permanent 6. You can play this deck either, the Uropiles you can play it either control, or you can play it with Nexus of Fate or Growth Spiral. I'm ramping out this deck. This deck's very consistent. This deck plays a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff. This is 4 colors, and this is one of the decks to beat in this metagame. And number one is Rakdos Death Shadow. I would include here Rakdos Death Shadow and Rakdos and Mardu or John Prowess, like all the combinations that play Death Shadow or Prowess creatures with Lurus, with Mutagenic Growth, Timur Battle Rage, Scourge of the Skyclaves, and a lot of this stuff that in combination is really aggressive. This deck, in its combination, I think it was Mardu and Rakdos, made it to the top 8 of this tournament. And this guy, Sodek, that was playing the Oops All Spells deck, beat one of them in the finals. But even though, nevertheless, this deck didn't win the tournament, this deck keeps having a lot of percentage in the metagame, and those decks are very consistent. My favorite deck of this is Rakdos Death Shadow, as I told you guys in the last video. However, I think every deck playing Lurus and playing Monastery Sphere, all the cantrips and all the boost spells and all the damage spells and hand disruption Astosis and protection cards as Apostle Blessing, Death Shadow, Bombat Courier, that is also a thing here. Though those cards make this deck very consistent, so this is the best deck in Modern, in my opinion, and is a deck to watch out in this Modern metagame. So that's it, guys, for the top 5 decks in the current metagame. Please let me know your thoughts. For the next deck profile, I'm trying to put together my Tron deck. If I'm not able to finish this deck for the next deck profile, I will display the Upsal spells if you guys are interested. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for following me in YouTube and Instagram. It's very highly appreciated, guys. Take care of yourself and see you next time.